Because this next match is scheduled for one fall. Coming to the ring first.
Said it so many times already this evening, Jordan Bowman, but just listen to this building.
You know these people have been drinking their Beaver Buzz all night. The energy, the passion, the excitement. How many matches deep are we? 6 matches deep on this incredible card, and people are still losing their minds. This is fantastic.
Why wouldn't you lose your mind to see the returning king of the Commodore, a title so indisputed he had it in lights on the back of his jacket, making his way out to the ring. El Phantasmo returning to a building where he spent so many years making his name before heading abroad, of course, to the UK, then to Japan. And we catch him now just 48 hours away from kicking down the forbidden door in Chicago, Illinois, as he represents the Bullet Club alongside the Young Bucks and Hikuleo, taking on dudes with attitude. That's Darby Allin, Sting, Shingo Takagi, and Hiromu Takahashi. What a match that is going to be, but what a match we're going to be treated to right here tonight, as one of the rising stars of the Pacific Northwest, who has made his name since El Phantasmo moved on from this part of the world, gets his chance to square up with the headbanger himself. It's Judas Icarus. And you know that Icky has been licking his chops waiting for a chance to have a match like this one.
Yeah, let's talk about how we got here, Justin. Judas Icarus coming up a bit short against Travis Williams back at NEW 7, demanded a high-profile match for the Commodore. NEW owner Chris Perry stepped up and delivered upon him the king of the Commodore, El Phantasmo.
Icarus hoping this will be a coronation moment for himself. Looking to snatch that crown from LP's head and become the new undisputed king of the Commodore. Phantasmo with a shoulder block as he's showboating early in this one. And why not? When you're back on your home turf for the first time in an awfully long time. The second time we've seen El Phantasmo here in a Nation Extreme Wrestling ring, but the first time that he's been back in the Commodore Ballroom in what I have to assume is a good many years.
El Phantasmo strutting forward, strutting backwards, strutting diagonally. The arrogance of this man. You're in there against one of the fastest rising stars in the Pacific Northwest, Judas Icarus, so I don't care where you've been. I don't care who you wrestled. You got to keep your head on a swivel against a guy like Judas Icarus.
And you got to stay present in the moment. We talked about that big 8-man tag that he's involved with at Forbidden Door this coming Sunday night. You cannot be thinking about Darby Allin and Sting right now, or Judas Icarus is going to make you pay. As he takes a little page from the book of LP and does some showboating of his own.
Judas Icarus letting El Phantasmo know that these are his people now. These are his fans, and this is his city and his ring.
Icarus allowing El Phantasmo to get back in this ring. A ring in which LP has wrestled so many of the greats, both in Canadian wrestling and wrestling as a whole. One of the great matches I've had the pleasure of seeing live in my life, Jordan Roman, happened right here in this building back in 2017, January of 2017. LP defending his ECCW championship at the time against Kyle O'Reilly in one of O'Reilly's final matches before he joined the black and gold brand of NXT.
Not to get you in trouble, Justin, but did you not call in sick to be able to attend that match and watch it live?
I did indeed. I had to worm my way out of working a shift that night. Pretended I had a big family emergency that popped up at the last minute. The big emergency was that there was no way I wasn't going to be here to see a match like that.
You did have a family emergency. The wrestling crowd here at the Commodore, this is a family.
These people are my family, and this family is getting treated to quite a show here this evening.
The community here with the NEW fan base, you do not want to miss any shows NEW puts on, and the residency here at the Commodore starts in September. We can't wait.
That's El Phantasmo trying to climb up the crowd. But instead of a chop, he just locked in a purple nurple. Two of them. Dual titty twisters by El Phantasmo.
Oh, I felt that. A lot of anguished faces in the crowd watching that dual titty twister.
He just sent Icarus's nipples spinning into next week.
El Phantasmo developed a deadly nipple-based offense in his travels abroad.
Look at the spirit of these two men. Knowing how much is at stake in a match like this, El Phantasmo, of course, looking to keep his momentum up. In one of the more important weekends of his young career. And you can say the same for Judas Icarus. He might not be working on the level of a Forbidden Door at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, but it is a huge match in this young man's young career.
You say he's not working a match that level, the one word that comes to mind for me is yet.
Yet. He will get there. One of the surefire blue chip prospects as a rising star in this neck of the woods. One of the best the Pacific Northwest has produced in a good many years. And a win over El Phantasmo tonight could vault him to that next stratosphere of stardom.
The one thing you gotta watch out for when you're wrestling a competitor like LP is that the showboating, the posturing, all of that diminishes as the match goes on. And when this thing gets to its late stages, there is nobody more focused and more deadly than El Phantasmo.
And this is a first-time match. In previous appearances in the Pacific Northwest, El Phantasmo has plied his trade against a good many of the rising young stars in this area. He has gone head-to-head at the rickshaw against the Golden Boy Travis Williams. He has faced Beef Boy Elliot Tyler as well, but the first time that he has met Judas Icarus one-on-one in a ring. And right now,
a bit of a gas pedal there.
Just laying that boot into the groin of Icarus, who is feeling it, to say the least.
Judas Icarus stuck in that tree of woe for a while. You gotta wonder how much blood rushed to his head and how focused he can be right now.
But perhaps catching El Phantasmo by surprise, the more he challenges Icarus, the more Judas is fired up to rise to that challenge.
We saw Elliot Tyler, the Strays tag team partner of Judas Icarus, in that Granville street fight earlier. Both of those competitors have an incredible amount of fight, and I feel like we're going to see that on display here from Judas Icarus before it's too late.
Phantasmo raking the spine of Icky and maintaining that wrist control as he perhaps will go looking to tightrope walk before too long, and yes, there he goes. Nearly lost his footing, but he does find that balance. Look at the control now. LP just putting on a show as he rakes that spine again and takes a warning from referee Jaden Burke to get it under control.
Balletic back rake from El Phantasmo. After what I thought was a Burroughs lock. Did you not see him bite Judas Icarus' fingers there?
Perhaps.
Classic Burroughs lock from LP.
As now he locks in a chin lock, looking to choke the life out of Icarus, who came into this ring like he was fired out of a cannon. The energy that Judas had making his entrance tonight in front of such a warm reception from this crowd. But that life he had in the early stages is slowly being drained out of his body as that sleeper hold of El Phantasmo not just draining his opponent of vim and vigor, but quieting this crowd as well.
And you think about the stakes of this match, what this means for Judas Icarus, but also the stakes for El Phantasmo, because you don't want to be going into Forbidden Door with an injury.
Not at all. That has been the case for so many of the competitors on that card over the last month.
Could Judas Icarus contribute to the Forbidden Door curse?
They're calling it the Forbidden Door curse, and El Phantasmo desperately hoping he does not fall victim to it here tonight. A backslide pin attempt! As Phantasmo gets a shoulder up, Icarus coming awful close to picking up a win.
Because if he's not careful, Judas Icarus hits that hammerlock lariat. This is over for LP.
Icarus looking for the rings of Saturn. Instead, will spin it into a pin attempt, but Phantasmo gets the shoulders up at 2. Big chop from Icarus right into the chest. Sure if there's a special name for those rings of Saturn. Perhaps it's the wax wings when Icarus locks it in. So he may just fly too close to the sun here tonight against a top-level opponent like El Phantasmo.
Love that lore reference of yours. Very good.
Big Irish whip from Icarus. LP able to reverse out of the way. A little bit of a taunt. He's looking for a moonsault, turns it into a crossbody off that middle rope. Phantasmo now will hit the moonsault. What an aerial maneuver. And Icarus somehow able to stay away. He might be running on adrenaline as this crowd is at his back and happy to see this match continue. These two tearing it down at the Commodore Ballroom here at NEW for life.
LP with eyes in the back of his head had to know that Icarus was right there ready to counter that moonsault, and then turned it into that crossbody off the middle rope. Impressive stuff from LP.
Big chop to the chest. These two men content to trade blows with a big strike to the face of Icarus, knocked him off his feet.
One thing we haven't seen from Icarus too much yet is that targeting of the chest area to set up that hammerlock lariat finisher of his.
Icarus knocked to the mat once again.
LP, signs of disrespect, just the little kicks to the head.
He's toying with him.
He's got to be careful, not with this guy. You don't want to do it with this guy. That's why.
Like a cat playing with his prey. But those strikes that were knocking Icarus off his feet not long ago, he's found his footing and is able to dish him right back. Just pounding into the face. What an uppercut from Icarus as he's firmly in control. It's Icarus able to flip out of the way. A huge European uppercut, missile uppercut up off the middle rope. But LP able to kick out after a 2 count.
LP staggering a bit after that first uppercut, his timing clearly off.
Running knee strike directly into the spine, and now Icarus will send himself to the outside. A huge splash coming over that top rope.
And a sold-out crowd at the Commodore Ballroom showering him with praise.
Absolutely no question what these people think of the show that has been put on in front of them here tonight. You tell from those chants they're not enjoying it at all.
Oh, maybe look for the hammerlock lariat here.
Kick to the gut, another kick from LP, and Zagiri. And the lighthouse lariat for Icarus coming off the ropes. Is that enough to put it away? No, LP able to kick out.
We know where Icarus's head is at this point in the match. He is trying to put away El Phantasmo, and he's going for home runs right now. Icarus going to the top rope. LP looking to cut him off. And Zagiri to the side of the head.
Now looks like Icarus is lights out atop that turnbuckle. It's a dangerous position to find yourself in against an aerial artist like El Phantasmo.
Super Hurricane Rana from El Phantasmo.
And he's not done. Looking skyward once again. LP coming flying off that top turnbuckle.
Vancouver is the high-rent district.
Huge splash, and that should be the end of this one. Phantasmo for the cover, but Icarus somehow able to dig deep and kick out to keep this one alive.
There's that fight I was talking about earlier. Judas Icarus will not go quietly into this good Vancouver night.
And this building is simply deafening right now.
Phantasmo not able to stay on top of Judas Icarus and capitalize after that huge move. See a little bit of frustration in the eyes of El Phantasmo. He's not sure who he's in there against right now.
He perhaps thought this one was going to be a little bit easier than it has ended up being so far.
For the double underhook pile driver, which is used to close out so many matches. Icarus with a small package.
And a kick out from Phantasmo. Ducks out of the way of that lariat.
Torture rack here. Straight jacket spin. Neck breaker. Oh my goodness. From El Phantasmo. That's got to be it.
What an impact. And Icky still has just a little bit left in the tank. There is no quit in this kid Icarus.
I'm exhausted for both these guys.
What a war this has been. What a night. What a show. And we still have miles to go before we sleep.
We have 2 title matches still to come here at the Commodore Ballroom. This match could go all night.
A big triple threat between 3 veterans of this building as well. As El Phantasmo looking to put him away, but Icarus able to catch that kick.
Alabama slam into the corner there.
Bringing him up. Oshikoroshi for Icarus. Could that be enough? Phantasmo with a kick out. Both of these men have had ample opportunity to put this one away, but there is no quit in these competitors.
For a reverse vertical suplex into a pancake.
Surely that's gotta be it. Again, another kick out from Phantasmo.
Oh, brutal running soccer ball kick. LP kicking out at 1.
Incredible. We talked about the shock on his face that he thought this might be easier, but the harder Icarus fights, the more inspired Phantasmo becomes. A huge lariat from LP. Into the cover, another kick out. This time it's Icarus with the shoulders up, beating the 1 count even. The fight in these men is unbelievable.
We are seeing firsthand what both of them are made of.
A released German suplex from LP, and it's Icarus who's on his feet first.
That pissed him off.
Phantasmo doesn't even know that Icarus is still up. And a German from Icarus returning the favor.
The atmosphere is electric here at the Commodore Ballroom.
No matter what happens here, both of these men can hold their head high with pride. This has been the fight of Judas Icarus' life, and he is just inches away from the finish line. Can he pick up the biggest win of his young career? As El Phantasmo has something to say about that idea.
We have transcended this is awesome chance and are firmly in fight forever territory now.
The way this match is going, they just might go all night. Lariat from Icarus. Phantasmo off the ropes with a big one of his own. Now both men coming off the ropes. Running clothesline that will take both men out in the center of the ring. They were both covering each other. If we'd gotten to a 3 count there, I don't even know who would have won it.
Judas Icarus, hometown advantage.
He's due.
Yeah, he's due.
Now that Reloaded have won, he is due. There's a big knee strike from Icarus. Kick off the ropes. Kick from El Phantasmo back the other way. Looking for that lighthouse lariat again. Couldn't get it. And a super kick from LP. Will end this one. A super kick from Phantasmo puts the lights out of Judas Icarus, but what an incredible match. These 2 men just put on a show that this crowd will not soon forget.
I'll tell you right now, Justin, if Judas Icarus hit one of those clotheslines at the end, we could be looking at a very different winner. It came down to the final strike in this match. That was incredible.
What a show. as the king of the Commodore hangs on to his crown for at least one more night.
You gotta wonder, what type of condition is El Phantasmo going to be rolling into Forbidden Door in after that absolute war with Judas Icarus?
I have a feeling that man called Sting will be sending a thank you card to Icky before it's all said and done.
10 years ago, there used to be a kid who came to the Commodore Ballroom and he used to wrestle his ass off at a show called Ballroom Brawl. That kid used to sell his t-shirts and talk to you people, and you'd hear the same thing over and over and over. Hey kid, why aren't you in WWE? Hey kid, why aren't you in Ring of Honor? Hey kid, you're really good, why are you still in Vancouver? It took a little bit, but that kid left his family and friends. He moved across the world. He gained little by little and little of respect by everybody around the globe. And now, right now, that kid is a worldwide professional wrestling superstar. That kid is me. And that kid really, really, really reminds me a lot like you. It takes a lot to gain the respect from the people in the back. It takes a lot to earn the love from you people. It takes a lot to earn my respect. But kid, you have it.